Okay, so we're now going to have a look at the overlap tool, and we're in overlap.aep project, which you can find in the Puppet Tools folder. And what we're going to do here is start to control how these arms move in front or behind the body. Now you'll notice that one of them's moving behind, the other one's moving in front, but we're also getting this really mushy intersection that we need to fix. So with the overlap tool, we can determine how After Effects deals with this instead of leaving it to do a best guess. Now what you want to do is first of all select the layer and then go up to the toolbar and click and hold on the puppet pin tool, and you'll see that you have the choice of 3 tools. I want you to choose the puppet overlap tool. Now the puppet overlap tool, when your layer's selected, will show you an outline of your original character, represented by this grey line here. Now notice that my character has changed position from its original position. So the pixels representing the character, if I just switch on my transparency grid, are actually outside that outline. Now, you want to be careful. If you want to control this arm, we want to put overlap tool point on it so that we can control whether it moves behind or in front. But it's important that you don't click on the hand here in terms of its pixels, but over here, and this is its original position. So what you want to do is click on the hand, and that will place this white kind of highlight over the hand. Now, at the moment, it's just over the hand. So at the moment, we're only controlling the in-front value, if you like, of the hand as far as that's concerned. So if we want to control more of the arm so that we're actually controlling up here as well, you can click and drag the point and move it, or what you can do is you can adjust the extent settings, and the extent settings will grow the area that is being controlled. So even if I drag this down here to the hand, I can extend it up the arm so that his whole arm is now moving in front of the body. So basically you're saying, do you want to move it in front or behind? We're saying in front. And the extent value is saying, well, how much of it do you want in front? And we want the whole arm. Now if we select this one, so I'm going to click on here to create a new overlap tool. And you'll notice now that both hands are moving in front of the body. And that's because both have got an in front setting. So if you want that, if you want them always to be in front, you can just leave it as that and both hands will always be in front of the body. But I might want this one to be behind the body. So what I can do is change this one to -50. And now that one will always be behind and that one will always be in front. Now you can even animate between that. So you could say, okay, at this point, I want the hands to be behind. And the thing that we're going to animate, if we go into our mesh settings, close up to form and open overlap, is the in front setting. So we set a keyframe for in front and then we move to the point where we want it to change. Okay, so let's keep it there. So we'll add another keyframe there. And then at this point, we'll maybe have it changing. So it's important that you have it changing where there's a crossover. So we'll maybe move to where there's a crossover point that we can use. So around about there. And then we'll change it to in front. So what we can do is just copy this keyframe and paste it into this value and do the same, copy this keyframe, select this value, paste it in. So we've now got them moving in front and then behind. Okay, now obviously you would keyframe it so that it doesn't just suddenly jump like that, but you'll see how you can switch from one being in front to one being behind and create that kind of seesaw dance there, where he's moving one hand in front, the other hand behind. So that's the overlap tool, and you can have lots of fun animating that and creating different effects by choosing how the layers overlap. You could maybe also choose the feet and decide how they overlap as they move across each other.